This is Brian Howard, and I am the author of the Motivated series of job search books. These books include The Motivated Job Search, The Motivated Networker, Motivated Resumes and LinkedIn Profiles, Over 50 and Motivated, The Motivated College Graduate, and The Motivated Job Search Workbook. All of the books can be purchased on Amazon, Barnes & Noble, and other online and retail outlets. Today I want to talk to you about making a positive first impression in an interview. Research has repeatedly shown that hiring executives heavily base their evaluations of a job seeker on their initial impressions. Therefore, the first 30 to 60 seconds of an interview are crucial to your success. The hiring executive creates a mental first impression of you, positive or negative, in that quick snippet of time. If the hiring executive has a positive first impression, there is a tendency to ask easier questions and potentially even overlook deficiencies in qualifications. Now, on the other hand, if the hiring executive draws a negative first impression, there is a tendency to ask tougher questions to validate the initial negative impression. Or the hiring executive could elect to minimize the engagement and make the interview very short. There's a lot that's been written about making a positive first impression, and you certainly can do some internet research on your own. But here are a few of the more important things you can do. 1. Dress conservatively. Did you know that over 50% of a person's impression of you is determined by physical appearance? It's true. Now, if you happen to be interviewing in some of the more creative fields like marketing and advertising, you're going to have a little more latitude in your attire. Number 2, smile. A warm smile is always welcoming when meeting new people. 3, always offer a firm handshake. Never offer a death fish or vice grip handshake. If you do either of those, it immediately leaves a negative impression. Number 4, make opening remarks that demonstrate your sincere interest in meeting the hiring executive is also a good way to create a positive first impression. Number 5, finally, as the interview progresses, be aware of your facial expressions during the interview. Try to keep it positive even when you hear less favorable information about the opportunity. Listen, gather information, and be slow to judge. The hiring executive will be watching, and your unintended facial expressions could portray your negative thoughts, even though you may not yet have full information. This could have a bearing on the lasting impression the hiring executive has of you. Creating an initial positive impression means you won't be playing catch-up during the interview. However, if you believe that the hiring executive's first impression of you is not positive, you have some heavy lifting to do, but you can turn it around. Here are a couple of things you can do. First, ask questions about the job and answer using your success stories and past achievements. By showcasing your past performance, you might be able to move the needle back in your direction. Second, name drop if you can. If you know that the hiring executive and you have someone in common, it's possible that mentioning that name could help you. That might be enough to change the hiring executive's mental opinion and redirect the dialogue into positive territory. Even if your performance is superior, you may not be able to overcome an initial negative impression. So, always do your best to get off to a good start. Once again, this is Brian Howard, and best of luck in your job search.